Viewer discretion is advised.
Happy Thursday. You're listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 240. We are for a very short time in patch 8.1 until March 12th, that is, to be exact. Tonight, we have a pretty packed show with all of the fun trimmings, including everything we need to know about next month's patch. We're gonna open up a unofficial, and I say unofficial because we ain't detectives, but we are gonna open up an unofficial investigation as to where the hell Secret has been since the last time he was here, which has been maybe a year, not sure. And we're gonna find out exactly how high Envy is, and how high he will be each episode, because I think that that's gonna be a pretty fun marker for us to track to see how it progresses as time progresses, because that's always the fun part. But we have that and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
In 2014, a crack commando unit was banned from trade chat for comments they didn't make. These men and women promptly escaped from the Stormwind stockades to the Iron Forge underground. Today, still hunted by the trolls of trade chat, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, then maybe you can hire the Pwnecast. Leader and brains of the operation, it's Belle.
I want tacos so bad.
Betrayer of the priestly order and huntard extraordinaire, it's Remedies.
Then how did you eat it in the first place?
With the Pwnecast team assembled, let the battle for Azeroth begin.
Hello, people of podcast land. This is Winstallin speaking, and Winstead from the Technically PvP podcast, and you are listening to the Pwnecast podcast.
So I know what you guys are thinking, and I know you're thinking, why aren't they in the intro yet? Well, guys, what do you want from me? I'm just here. But it's been a long time since I've been able to keep Zoom muted, which is what we use to record the show, while you and I have like a nice moment without other voices. And I'm really excited that I get to go back to doing that, because we have more than just the two of us now. So I get to just have this moment with you guys, this intimate closeness that we have while all three of them are talking shit. And that's okay, but I'm excited. It's the little things. But I suppose now, when I go to do their intros, I can go ahead and unmute them.
The little things?
It's just the little things that,
You're not wrong.
you know.
I embrace it.
Yeah,
You should be proud.
it's not everyone's fault.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
No, you're way more handsome than when I used to be on the show.
Wow. So I was ugly before. Gotcha.
Dang. He's not saying you ugly, but like he's saying you
You
ugly.
ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
It could be worse though, right? Like, is that not accurate? No.
Mm-mm. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Sort of.
Well, welcome back. If you are new to Pwnecast, my name is Belle, and I apologize in advance because we're probably going to offend you, and it's a general shit show in multiple aspects for the last, I think we're going on 6 years, so I don't have anything to say except I'm sorry in advance. I did bring the other Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring Remedies. Yes, he's still alive, we think.
Sneezing his life away.
Maybe there's a pulse and or heartbeat. Maybe.
I can't find it.
He's just dead and sneezing away.
Then we've got who is, guys, he isn't new. We all know and love the secret to the sauce, returning from the show after a long vacation. Where have you been?
At work. No, yeah. Places, things, living life, grilling.
The tri-tip every day.
No, like every other week.
I'm gonna have to
Oh,
gather.
is it less now?
I'm gonna have to gather all
Yeah.
my facts and fact check that, because my sources say that is a lie. Because I've seen you on multiple occasions in the same week with Tri-Tip.
That is not incorrect, but this week has been just once.
Huh, interesting.
Yes.
Well, we are happy to have you joining us once again.
No, gracias.
And then finally, last but certainly not least, I don't have anything to say to Envy except
Oh my god.
I am sorry that I have brought you into this, and you are going to be sorry, but it's okay. Our newest co-host, he is the premier raid lead to literally the worst raider ever. And I'm not talking
about secret that way.
I was gonna say I'm not talking about you, Rem. It is myself, and that is Envy. Envy, welcome.
Bienvenidos, papa.
You gonna tell them how I made you do this?
For fuck's sake. Alright, so what the hell? We did a mythic in Legion, and it was Cathedral, I think. And I hate that goddamn dungeon, but ended up tanking, and this was right about around the time when all our raiders were leaving and whatnot. So we go through Cathedral, it goes smoothly. I'm yelling at Belle, like, get the fuck out of the beam or whatever the fuck. And she wouldn't listen for the life of her. And
Sounds
then,
about right.
you know, a week later, hey, you're the raid lead now.
There's something to be said for a syndrome that girls have when they get yelled at instead of, or when they, you know, what some would consider emotional and mental abuse at the hands of their raid lead. Some women actually find that that's how people show their love. So I think true to nature, I probably embrace that because.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat you nicely with respect. Say your hair looks nice. Your eyes look beautiful. They're radiant.
Not radiant. We got elegant and
No.
radiant.
Damn, in the same sentence.
Guys, we're stepping it up. You thought this show was crashing and burning, but we have added some stuff to
This is going to be an elegantly radiant show.
And as Laser pointed out, the show does look quite elegant, which is exciting, to say the least. But
Is it?
well, you know.
No sé, mijo, no sé.
So
Yeah,
I
no
feel like, and we have Spanish speakers again, which is great because then
see.
me and Rem
That's
won't be called racist because
Wow.
we're
Chinga, ¿verdad?
what is it? Equal opportunity employers? Is that?
EOE,
Well, there's
yes.
that, and also we also fit the demographic of being blind. So
You know
No,
what?
we all have glasses.
We
You
could
know
be
what?
four
All
eyes,
have
but
glasses.
you ruined that.
EOE is legit, though. You know, it got me into ITT Technical Institute.
Right. It got you places that you probably wouldn't have gone elsewhere, which is great. So, in the interest of introducing Secret, we'll start with you.
Oh no. Okay, but let's do it.
For people who might not know you, which, can you imagine somebody not knowing who you are?
100%.
Right. But, like, who is your daddy and what does he do?
Like my real dad or my stepdad?
I mean, whatever dad is claiming you.
Neither.
Neither are claiming you? That's terrible.
Not really.
It's okay, I don't have a dad either. We could
Yeah.
cry about it later.
He
over Starbucks.
he exists, but you know, I've done better without him. Let's go with that one.
100%. I feel you on a deep emotional level. So, tell people just a little bit about you as, you know, gaming Secretsauce, and, you know, just give a little, like, single white female ad.
I've never seen that, but okay. So Secretsauce, 2006 was when I started WoW. Holy Priest, because no one else wanted to heal at the time, back in those good old days, and went on a little like 4-year hiatus between Lich King and Miss Pandaria. Met Belle on complete accident from her brother in a random dungeon group and hit it off. She stole me from her brother. I ended up main tanking for Miss Pandaria, Siege of Orgrimmar, and transferred to Argent Dawn, left Argent Dawn, went to Dalaran, went to Skull Crusher, back to Argent Dawn, and but I've stayed in the Riders since then. And I'm one of those versatile classes where I bring whatever is needed to the raid, and that's probably how it's always going to be because it just makes life easier. I message Envy prior to raiding, what do I need to bring today? So I don't think I'll have one character that's ever going to complete battle before the other. So yeah. I don't know if that summed it up. I don't even know if that's what you wanted, but that's what you got.
I just want to fill in a few spots there. So
there's a lot of spots.
If memory serves me correctly, you and my brother were in an all gnome.
4 gnomes and 1 Draenei.
Yeah, because my brother, he was a gnome tank, and
Yes.
my brother was the original Secret, and I gotta get used to calling you by your not slave name. Secret and my brother were both the tanks, and Secret, although he doesn't really give himself the credit, he actually is the reason Riders was able to begin raiding, because back in the good old days of Flex and that whole awful business, he actually formed the first Riders raid team like a million years ago and was the raid lead until work kind of took him out of the mix.
Yeah, until I got kicked out of my own raid, but
Yeah.
It's part of life. I dealt with it. I talked a lot of shit for a little bit, but
I'm sure you did. That don't even hurt my feelings though, because like,
nah, work took over, so my schedule changed. Especially good old Amazon. You got to be flexible, so they sure do. Like right now, Amazon.
And so I did essentially steal him. And even though so the raid leading is kind of weird because we're like a raid council. Because everybody has what they're good at. Like, Envy's really good at yelling at people. And, yelling at people. Especially when the paladin doesn't know what bop is. Which is embarrassing, really, for a paladin to not know what
bop!
Fucking
bop!
And, Secret's good at strategy. He's good at knowing each Raiders' strengths and weaknesses, and he's good at adapting raids for Riders' purposes because we've always been different in terms of raiding. So, glad to have you back. Now, Envy, now you are tasked with giving us some history. Who is your daddy? What does he do? And how did you come to be my friend? I think you are. That's awkward, right? I put myself out there for a little, probably not positive feedback, but I'm okay with that. Sometimes you have to take risks in life.
It's a funny journey. I used to be a really big time Final Fantasy XI player. Was in a high end.
This is the wrong game.
I know, but at the time it was great for me. What I enjoyed was the EverQuest style of grinding, right? And that's what that game was, and it's Final Fantasy. But I was in a high-end Link show, equivalent to a guild, and that ended really, really badly. It ended with me getting screwed out of some really, really high-level gear. Like, you're up to elite status gear. I'm like, well, fuck this, I'm gonna go play WoW. So that started that journey. Started in 2004, and then I dropped off, came back 2005, dropped off, 2006, dropped off. It's like a love-hate relationship. It wasn't until like Wrath that I really started playing the game. I actually, well,
DK.
Like any other sucker, damn DK, which my DK is named Envy, but it wasn't always Envy, it was Dark Radiance. And for the longest time, it was Dark Radiance until like I moved out of Cenarius to
You mean
Sergeant.
you're Radiant?
It was something Death Knight-ish, right?
Just got the name of the show, by the way.
Isn't that like an oxymoron, Dark Radiance?
It was about the DK. Fuck off. I'm not doing well right now. I'm like, it's that itchy phase with the C4 and the THC. It's interesting feeling. Anyways, I decided to give raid leading a crack. So in Cataclysm, I decided to build the guild with close friends and some pugs. It ended badly, but kept at it until it got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, raid leading's stressful. So I moved over to Nomoron. joined a raiding guild there, and it went great until they asked me to be the co-GM. That was a fucking nightmare and a half. Then I left that guild. I went to a different guild, and it was going great until the co-tank just fucked me over so hard. I'm not going to go into those details, but it's like, fuck this. I turned to my wife, and I asked her, honey, do you know anybody that's raiding right now? And she was like, yeah, I can ask Belle, please. She asked Belle. Belle introduces me to the current raid lead at the time. We talk. I get a trial. I do exceptionally well in my Frost DK build. It was great. I was really up there with like everybody. The mage who always pull the high end numbers. We were neck and neck, and
was
Belle
that
asked me to
Astos?
tank. Yep. Me and Astos were always going at it, and that was great. And then you asked me to tank, and I'm an alcoholic. I smoke marijuana, and
All of the above. He has pugs.
I'm married. But don't get me wrong, I love my wife, but I'm married.
I love his wife. His wife is
Take her, please.
literally... She's the last
Give me a
female
Esteban.
friend I have standing.
Give me Esteban.
You can have my husband. He's
Get your
yours.
ass.
Like, the husband's yours. He's
Hey,
yours for the taking.
Does he have like a really white ass too? Does his butthole?
Oh
is
my
like-
god.
His butt cheeks are kind of red, though, because he's a ginger, so his skin's pink, but that's okay.
Oh.
So I knew his wife before I knew him. So I knew his wife from the Murloc we don't talk about, and it was the best thing I ever got from him was her. So sometimes you don't have to be mad about that. And I feel you on all the screwing over of the guild stuff. That is actually pretty common. I hear a lot.
Did someone ask you to transfer their main guild and then raid to some other guild?
Right, like, because that does happen. And when your first guild exploded, was a married woman sleeping with someone else on the raid team?
No,
Oh.
just same deal. Guy got the raid lead got burnt out and took off.
Oh, that sucks. Well, the good news
Oh,
is...
the typical way in WoW.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the normal... At least they didn't like ninja loot and peace out, which is...
Oh no, they did. They did.
Oh, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Guys, we don't condone ninja looting in any form. Well, I am...
Unless you're an actual ninja.
I know, right?
Do they exist, though?
I mean,
They're just so good that you don't know.
Sounds like my husband would say something like that. He...
Because he's a ninja, you just don't
Well,
know it.
he has dreams of being like a kung fu master or something, and I try to tell him that's not like a career. You can't like make money and stuff as a kung fu master.
I mean, you could.
Well,
Depends on how good you are at it.
maybe ? But I don't really think so. Sorry, I'm adjusting stuff because I turned my air conditioner off, so
no complaints here.
stuff's is going on.
Adjust away.
I am really, really happy to have friends back. Now, before I move on to some quick news and we talk about some 8.1.5 stuff,
Jaja.
isn't that Brazilian for...
Haha.
Is it Brazilian? Am I correct?
No, it's just Spanish speaking.
Oh,
Haha,
it's...
'cause the
Oh, I
J's
thought
are
it was
H's.
Brazilian. I assumed the wrong way.
It could be Brazilian. You never know.
For some
I mean,
reason,
is
I thought-
Portuguese the same thing with the J's or H's?
Yes.
Yes.
Then yeah, it's the same thing. Brazilian.
Is that what they speak in Brazilian?
Yeah,
Portuguese.
Brazilian Portuguese. Yes.
Yeah, and they have a Brazilian people too.
I don't get
Yeah.
out very much, guys. So, like,
We know you didn't go to school either, obviously.
And then there's Hugh.
I did go to school, but I didn't study Brazilian culture to know.
It's called world history.
That was actually my favorite subject. And so was geography. And it's funny because I can't tell you where shit is on this planet. I mean, I literally cannot tell you where anything's at, but that's okay.
Where's the best taco place?
I could tell you those items, but
Exactly. So that's all you need to know.
that's what I think too, right? Like, it's really about priorities and just being okay.
Those are landmarks.
Right. That's how I drive also. Please don't say south because I'm not going to know what you're talking about. But Guys, I want to tell you guys something super lame. So I was doing the overlay, and I was, like, putting everything together, and I come out of the bedroom to get an apple, which I'm really upset because it's not.
Was it a Honeycrisp?
No, it's not Honeycrisp. They gave me Fuji.
Oh, no.
Fuji, those
Fuji
are
ones are
delicious.
delicious, too.
Fuji is delicious, but it isn't what I wanted.
Touche.
Like, I ordered, because I do the grocery pickup thing, I ordered Honeycrisp. So, like, please
Oh,
don't.
they substituted it?
Yeah, they substituted it, and it, like, can you not? But, so I'm very upset, because I've been eating literally an apple a day, which you guys should start doing, because it's really good for your body. But I got really, like, I came out, and my husband's like, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, just doing show prep. I just got done, like, with 20 work calls. And he was like, what's that face? I basically was like, well, I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a full house, and, you know, it's nice to have that. So there was your...
Where's Joey?
Yeah, there was your moment. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening for March 5th. We have the World Quest weekly event. Don't forget to pick up your quest before you go out and do your World Quest. Otherwise, you're going to be a sad panda, because I do it every single time. I say that I don't, but I totally do.
It's not the one for 2,000 resources.
Uh-huh. Well, I think one time I feel like it wasn't 2,000 resources. I feel like it was something else, but maybe I might be hallucinating.
Normally it's 2,000 resources, but yeah.
Totally worth it, so that you could do your missions on your phone if you're not in game.
Oh, that's right. I still haven't downloaded that in all these years.
Yeah. You could do your missions, so that way you can get the Azurite, whatever rep tokens you may or may not need, and you know, whatever random stuff you get from there. But I use it I like to do the mission table for the runes and the pet charm token money currency thing. Because I can't afford a big Bronto, so I'm just gonna get the tiny one. That's how my life is no Bronto.
Story of Siemens' life, huh?
Yeah, basically. He's used to that. I don't even know if he's watching, but it'd be really great if he was. The PvP brawl next week is my favorite brawl of all of them, which is Packed House. It's essentially, I think it's 15 versus 15.
Yeah, 15 versus 15.
Arenas. It's literally my favorite one, mostly because it's just
chaos.
No one gets to check your DPS.
It's just, hey. There have been improvements all the way around. I don't want to hear any lip. I've been focusing. And in fact, Envy, did I embarrass you in front of your friends the other day?
Did you wear a hat or something?
Oh, you're talking about that Mythic 7. Yeah, you did when you were... Dude, she...
Is that the one I told you I was going to bet on?
Dude, the second to last boss in Waycrest. After you kill that shit, the trash in that fucking little tunnel.
Yeah.
Everybody jumped down except fucking Sam. She stood at the fucking top. I'm like,
Sam?
Stack.
Yeah.
Bell.
Yeah.
Stack.
Okay, but to be fair, my 17-year-old was in here trying to ask me to go on a date with some dude, and I'm like, you're not allowed to date till you're 18. And she's like, well, you let me before. Okay, well, tell him to come hang out so I can get to know him. And then she's like, well, I don't want to do that. Well, I don't know how to help you then, because... But she was talking
Ask
to me.
Ask him if he plays World of Warcraft. That's the fucking deal sealer right there.
The best part about that, though, is like she said exactly that during the run. And so like my daughter is in the room asking if like she can go out with this guy, and like I'm like just focused on the damn key. I'm like, man, fuck that guy. And the other three were like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, she was very mad at me, and she slammed the door, and she didn't talk to me for a few hours. It is what it is. Like, she's gonna be 18 in a couple months. Like, then she said something side-handed about, well, when I'm 18, there's nothing you can do. Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that the law is on your fucking side, because I promise you, I am not afraid. I'm not afraid of a DLC number because I already got one. Like, let's be real here. So
you run away in a wheelchair.
Yeah, like, okay, just because you're 18, that isn't a golden ticket for you to, suddenly be free. Like, that's the difference between child abuse and simply a domestic abuse charge. I will take the domestic abuse over child abuse any day. So, fuck with me. But God love her. She's a great kid, and I have no reason to not let her date, except she isn't pregnant yet. And it's because I'm very careful with who I let her go out on a date with. So
I'm not pregnant either.
but I didn't embarrass, and it was funny because his wife was talking to me during the run, and she thought I was ignoring her, and I was like,
Because
sorry.
you're so focused.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just really focused, and I don't want to embarrass and be in front of his friends because they were his people, and I didn't want to be like the embarrassment who dies to dumb shit. So, yeah.
Okay, now you made me feel like an asshole. To be fair, up until that point, everything went smoothly, and
Pretty great.
as Blood DK and Wake Rest, fuck those corridors with
Yeah, it's bad.
Sanguine. It was just terrible.
Oh, you guys did it during Sanguine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that's why I told him,
I
good
know.
luck. I'm going to bed, mijo. And I went to sleep.
And literally my whole build is AoE, so all the things are exploding at the same time, essentially. So
Especially all those little worms. Yeah.
yeah, it was not fun. And the camera angles, it's just really I like that dungeon in particular. Like it's like the Court of Stars were all run all versions of that dungeon because I do like it. But yeah, it wasn't. But I was super focused. I was like, okay. And in my head, I'm telling myself, okay, don't forget this mechanic. Don't forget to do this. I probably interrupted more than I ever have in my life because interrupts. And yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's not something you're known for, so I'm proud of you on that one.
First of all, fucker, yes, I am. And you know that because sometimes outside of the other known interrupters, I often focus the interrupts, especially like Gahoon. Yeah, so.
Huh.
Okay.
I am known to not soak mechanics on occasion and to stand in things I shouldn't on occasion, but it could be worse. Dark Moon Fair, 3rd to the 9th. So go get your XP bonus. Go get your rep bonus if you're still grinding out some rep. If you're leveling to bring your any of your alts into BFA content, take advantage. You don't have to always go to the carousel. You can purchase the hats.
The top hats. Yes.
And the only problem with the top hats is they don't persist through death. So
Sure
There's
don't.
an easy fix to that. Don't die.
right, for sure. Which I mean, we're all pros. Nobody dies ever when doing anything. So like, yeah,
What's dying?
we know exactly what we're doing, guys. We are pros. To that end, I did want to mention the raid hotfixes that happened on they actually happened on the 26th. So there was some adjustments made to Stormwall Blockade, and I don't know how this affects us or doesn't affect us, but I'm sure the guys will know. But Soul of Tide Priest, Tide Priestess now waits 15 seconds before casting their empowerment spells on normal difficulty, which it was previously 5. Sea Storm's cast, that time has been increased to 4 seconds, was 2.5 seconds. And then Sea Storm initial AoE damage reduced by 20%. And this is on normal difficulty,
Okay.
by the way. For Jaina, Glacial Shard's border visibility increased and move speed decreased by roughly 20%. Howling Winds, visual intensity lowered by 10%. And then the mount has a chance to drop on completion of the final
Oh, wow.
Raid Finder wing, which...
Initially, it wasn't.
No, and I gotta be honest, I think I don't know, I'm not gonna make any friends here, but I feel like that removes...
It shouldn't be.
I feel like that removes the need for people to organize and to, put a solid run together, whether it's pugging or organizing teamwork through their guild. But I feel like it kind of shits on that a little bit because...
I mean, have they released like the actual... Well, they never really do, but if the percentage is extremely low, then that's one thing. But throwing it in a Raid Finder, I don't think it should be in Raid Finder, personally.
Yeah, I know why they did it, and I get it. I mean, right now they're in the middle of a PR nightmare. Whoever's in charge of doing their write-ups can't handle proper spacing of words or spelling, in fact. So, like, I know they've got it really bad right now. I totally get it. They cut that department to nothing, so whoever's doing it now really needs a copy editor because it's when I notice mistakes, guys.
Is it that? Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked up because, like, I need an editor for just life in general.
What was it on their Twitter, or where was the...
On their actual website. The CMs are the ones that usually do the write-ups, so since we lost a few rather good ones recently. But with that being said, I know why they did it. Like, they're trying to get people in and playing, especially those that are not gilded or, who haven't been putting themselves through a structured raid. But I just think it's shitty because what's outside of gear and the accomplishment, what's the value of, putting in amount that is because you are good enough to do organized raiding versus going to LFR and AFKing the whole time playing with your cat. That's not a euphemism.
I don't have a cat, so...
And that's not a euphemism for vagina either. That's just good old...
Do you want a cat?
Can you be my cat?
Whoa.
Got weird.
That got weird very quick, and I'm not even...
Meow.
Right.
Meow.
No kitty, my papa.
Damn cats. There was some tuning made to the Heart of Azeroth for PvP and Restoration and Paladin, Restoration Druid and Paladin tuning. It's really difficult when it comes to like their updates they're doing for PvP in general because there really isn't a whole lot. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're focusing.
No, they didn't really touch PvP besides that last one where they did the mana.
Maybe they're focusing on the 8.1.5 stuff, which would make a lot of sense because it's literally right around the corner. But I don't know. That's kind of weird.
They're probably trying to get away from like these, 18-minute dampening matches.
What's that? They're just changing the mana. It doesn't change that because it just forces them to drink more.
I absolutely
if they even do that.
Love the dampening. It's my favorite ever.
It's actually pretty intense. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
It is because it gets down to those nail-biting moments where you don't really know what the hell's going to happen. And that's exciting on multiple levels. But it's probably not fun for the players who've been doing X amount of hours, especially if they're in the home stretch of a cup. And they've, already been at it for days, hours and hours, extended play. Because the hours are a little, I don't know, they're kind of screwed up. But, and
why keep it intense at the tail end? It should be intense throughout.
I don't know if, given some of the mechanics of offense and defense and setting up for proper executes and things like that, I don't know if it's possible.
But I mean, my big thing with dampening is, like I said, if it only gets exciting at dampening, then
no, it doesn't always get exciting at dampening, but dampening does up the ante.
When it's at 50%, it is.
Yeah, but that's not the only time it's exciting. There's times when 6 seconds after a match starts, someone's dead. It doesn't happen very often, but it has happened. In fact, it happened on the road to
happens in MMA all the time.
Right. Well, I mean, that's
The voice of reason here.
Humans have a little bit more control over that in general,
yes.
kind of. So, which, I mean, there's something to be said for that. Maybe. I don't know. I made it weird. To that, this is actually a really good segue. The third wing of LFR is out. So go be the hero we need, guys. And
how was that a good segue?
It was great because Secret got the offhand off Jaina, so I'm pumped.
From LFR?
Yeah. Warforged with the socket. Let's go.
Remember that one time they said that Warforged and Titanforged was going to be the exception rather than the rule? And that literally hasn't changed. But I struggle with the correct gear upgrading. It's always like a piece that...
Creating versatility.
Yeah, or it's replacing a piece that's already super high. Like, it's not... It's great that it upgraded, but it would have been great if it was for another...
Someone's replacing Envy? What?
I'm super high right now.
You are not. I mean, the hell you say.
And Sauce.
Yes.
I got something off of Jaina, too.
Oh, my.
Shut up.
Probably the same as everyone else, if I had to guess. Like,
no, sure isn't. Not like everyone else.
Like, I can pug normal now.
I promise you're not an individual. Jaina's been around. But the MDI Proving Grounds, those are up to do the things. It started on the 26th, and it's going through March 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your buddies in there and do...
14 and higher.
Go get your, fuck.
That's like 10 more than I...
Yeah.
Those keys are Those keys are too high this season.
That's way too much effort for me, for sure.
Wasn't
But
it 10 last time?
through the 4th, we've got Tyrannical, Bursting, Skittish, and Reaping. And then through the 12th, we've got Fortified, Teaming, Quaking, and Reaping, which I still
That one's good.
I haven't been able to see.
So I'll be taking those ones.
I haven't been able to see Reaping in quite some time, but like ever. I've never even seen it.
Yeah, I was going to say, when was this? Because I'll check your Raider IO right now.
I wonder if there's a reason they don't have Sanguine in the Proving Grounds.
The problem is finding
a group?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you have my cell phone number. What's good?
Hey, you have my cell phone number. What's good?
I texted you earlier when I was going to take a nap.
But did you text me and be like, yo, doing some keys?
Yeah, we can do one after this. Because yeah.
Hateful ass. Envy does sometimes. Or we plan for a day and then neither one of us show up because he probably got high and I probably fell asleep. Like that's probably what happened.
100% accuratato.
I want to make sure there wasn't any other updates that I needed to give news-wise. Nope, I think we're good. So let's talk about all the stuff for 8.1 because there is a lot more coming.
Yeah, 8.1.5.
8.1.5, excuse me. 8.1.5, which is coming
soon, TM.
In Marzo?
March 12th.
Ooh.
Which I was pretty right on. Like I had said mid-March. And that was just, their stuff's kind of messed up, so they're not releasing content like I think they normally are going to. So, but the biggest thing and most important thing of them all, in my opinion, is Tirans humans. And of course the Zandalari trolls. But I'm ready. My druid's ready.
You have to make Bell Tirans.
I
will pay
Bell's
for
a
it.
Warlock. They won't let me.
Oh, that's right. And I can't be a paladin either.
Yeah, apparently in the history, there's never been a warlock.
I wanted a thick body paladin so bad.
I was ready to give my allegiance to the Tirans on Bell, but it's okay. I'm gonna make the druid, and I don't know. I really like my monk being a gnome.
But so you can be a short and stout, thick body
as a dwarf.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I want some giant ass dude.
Yeah.
With these broad old shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really Draenei.
No.
He wants.
I'm American.
You have a lift, bro?
I don't. I'll lift this coffee cup.
He wants what everyone else has. Go gnome or go home. That's right.
You can have a thick-bodied shaman then.
No, Totem Twerkin's pretty.
Is Totem Twerkin a female?
Yeah, all day. Why would a dude be twerking? What's good?
For some reason, I thought Totem Twerkin was a panda. I don't know.
No, that's sauced up.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, you right?
You got some like lady boys that can twerk.
Pandas are amazing. Also, the new portal rooms will be out, which the Alliance portals, of course, are in the Mage Tower, back where the old portals used to be, which I'm pretty excited for that because we needed portal rooms instead of all the different variations.
Scattered, yeah.
Yeah, instead of trying to figure out how to get the fuck around places. And then
you got to go to Dalaran to Miss Pandaria to this.
Yeah.
To that.
And then which Dalaran? Is it the new or the old? Do I got to use Jaina's locket, or do I got to do the Humpty Dumpty and fucking turn myself around?
Turn yourself around.
But
about
the Horde portals are located at the gates of Orgrimmar just before you enter the inner city. So it's great. Absolutely fantastic.
That's cool. I don't go to Orgrimmar that often, but
I don't either. I really need to finish leveling my Horde. I'm so ADD. I just need to get my shit together.
Let's be real though. Those portals aren't gonna save you, sweetheart.
Yeah, you're right. Like they're not gonna really help me. They're just gonna help me get around quicker.
They're just gonna make you piss me off harder.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Ooh.
But
yum.
But
ouch.
I haven't slept with a married man except my husband, so there's that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Proud of him.
For morals.
I see this trend going on. You know, remember last expansion, we had a tank replacement who needed a video card. Gave him a video card. This, and then
yeah,
and then this married woman we speak of needed a video card. I gave her one. She's not here no more. Belle, what are you gonna do to me?
I'm here forever. Like, I'm literally here forever. In fact, your spare bedroom, your guest bedroom, I've laid claim to. So,
but we're also gonna allow Bean Dip in it too.
well, you better not let him sleep in my bed because I'm not trying to share.
Wait, when is Cactus coming down from Canada?
Also, for the record, like, I really am pretty sure Bean Dip is super redneck, unless I have misjudged his accent.
Oh,
probably.
most definitely.
Most definitely. Okay, good. That's nice to know.
If you want a visual of what this guy looks like, think
Oh my gosh.
Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
Poor Bean Dip. So terrible, but true. For professions, the tools of the trade quest lines for enchanting, inscription, engineering, alchemy, blacksmithing, jewel crafting, leatherworking, tailoring, all of them. You get
All the hoopla.
Yeah, all the hoopla. You get to do cool stuff. Like they all have different things, but you get it's new items that you can use according to your trade. That's like quality of life improvement stuff. So, which I think before BFA actually hit, there was like a hammer for blacksmithing that was data mined, but we didn't know where it came from. And it has the chance to craft indestructible items, which
That's cool.
yeah. So like each one has a different item that you can get for inscription. Sanguine Feather Quill allows for creation of blood contracts, siphons the blood of the dead around you, restoring your own health in the process.
So you're essentially becoming a vampire.
And it's BOP,
Yes.
which
I'm down.
means like it's personal to that profession, which again, everybody seems to have a huge issue with professions, but I get a lot of value out of some of these professions for personal gains. Like my cloak spell thread. Like there's a lot of personal enhancements that I get from some of these random.
Male enhancements.
Well, see, the thing about it is I don't really want a 20-hour boner, so I'm a little afraid to.
I mean, if it lasts over 4 hours in the first place, you need to go to emergency room.
Yeah, and get
then
it
like,
drained.
which one do you choose?
Wait, they drain it?
Do you choose? Do you choose? Like, there's like 4 different versions of Viagra now. It's all just.
Wait. Here's story time. Secret, how do you know that?
It's called the news. What the fuck?
What happened?
He got his.
Because you're gonna mute when you drink, though, right?
That's what I just did. That's why I stopped talking.
Ooh, good job.
Huh, that's weird.
Chill out, daddy.
Listen, this is my job, okay?
Anyway.
At least y'all aren't eating popcorn and shit on the show, and I don't have to censor you out like Jim with his Thanksgiving dinner.
I almost took a phone call. I'm not gonna lie. I like looked and I was like, "Oh, this looks like work," and I kept looking at it and I kept looking at the screen. I was like, "We'll just let it go."
Flashback to Jim getting drunk on the show. It was like a New Year's Eve or some shit. And this,
Oh, good.
I gotta find that clip and do like a highlight thing.
Just randomly disappears. for
This
like
dude
10
just gets up in the middle of the show, and like my face. If I could have breathed fire, and really, Secret, you know really how I am. Like I've lightened up a lot as far as like trying to always have everything perfect, but I literally wanted to just murder him. I was so.
You did. He's not on the show anymore. What's good?
Then he doesn't even. He says he plays WoW still, but I don't think so. He's off in Pokemon Land doing.
Yeah, he's still kicking ass in Pokemon Go.
Getting handies in the parking lot of churches, probably.
Maybe.
Maybe that's just other.
Which
people,
parking
but-
lot?
Yeah, right. Is there a parking lot list where I can sign up? Also, Dark Moon Fair roller coaster is coming. Who's gonna go ride this roller coaster with me? Anybody?
Take your husband first.
Does it give a Darkmoon ticket for writing that?
I don't know.
If it doesn't, then no. If it does, then maybe.
I don't really care about Dark Moon Fair enough to really put into finding out stuff like that. But yeah, like I'm ready to go because it's like
It's a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, and the waterlog ride in Grizzly Hills is.
Isn't that your favorite place
really,
for the music?
Storm Peaks and Grizzly Hills, and Grizzly Hills for the very Three Bears, Goldilocks and the Three Bears type vibe that's going on there with the giant tree that's cut in half, and they're like all the little guys are living in the tree, and yeah, the ride that nobody knew existed, the waterlog ride where you ride from the top all the way down to the bottom, which is pretty fun. But so yeah, the roller coaster actually looks pretty badass. Like, I'm pretty excited. For Children's Week, we get new orphans to abuse. How cool is that? Like, I'm super excited for some orphan abuse. New pets for cool Tirans and Zandalarians. I don't know if it's Zandalarians, but I feel like it is. So, Rem, you'll appreciate this. One of the new pets is Mr. Krabs.
Okay.
Okay.
I figured that Rem would appreciate that because, you know, Mr. Krabs.
What about crabs? I don't want crabs.
Is this like a euphemism or something?
What about boiling crab?
I feel like he's already had crabs.
No, actually, I have not.
That's weird. I've seen some of your girlfriends, so
Wow.
I'm just going to say.
I resemble that remark.
You do, actually. But I have seen the dark parts of the interwebs, and them bitches got crabs. Beakbert, Froglet, and Scaly are the pets. Now.
Cool. Some more stuff I won't be doing.
Well, I mean,
I used to do it when like it was a big thing. I mean, I know it's still a big thing for a lot of people, but
when you had to?
No, I didn't have to. I was just like, oh, this is so cool. And then the next year it was back, and then the next year it was back, and I just can't do it. You know, just like the whole this past world this month since it's over, you know, everyone was doing the love rocket, right? Why would Secretsauce do the love rocket? Because Secretsauce fucking has it. So I wanted to get a second one to be a dick, and just and then go try to trade it to people, and because you can't. And yeah, sorry, people.
I just am offended that I have to eat in front of my orphan. It hurts my feelings.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Jesus.
Also, Brawler's Guild. It returns.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to do that.
It's got the new murder mystery quest line, which
Cool.
ends in not a flush and a cry, but a mount, which is great. Probably.
Wow, I got that reference. Wow.
I don't know what that says, that you got the reference, or that the other two probably did but didn't want to say that they did. I wouldn't admit it either, so that's okay. But yeah, it's got the neat little quest line. New
it's
bosses.
gonna be the same bosses? No, right?
New bosses.
Cool.
And then
So
Bruce.
they have like a little
Bruce the
Nancy
Mount.
Drew?
What?
They have like a little Nancy Drew quest line or something?
Like there's somebody inside killing people.
Whoa.
Inside the Brawler's Guild?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's like a whodunit type of thing, which is pretty cool. And
Is there a dinner involved too as well?
It was a Colonel Custard in the library with the pipe.
I think it was. Oh, and they of course new transmogs, but the mount is it's Bruce.
Almighty?
I don't actually know what kind of mount this is.
How about you screen
Was
share?
it that giant alligator thing?
Well,
No,
yeah,
wasn't that last?
Oh, I guess that is exactly what it is. That I was struggling for words. It is exactly like an alligator.
The name's
Like a crocolisk?
Yeah, he started off
That's
as
nice.
the very first boss in the Miss Pandaria version of the Brawler's Guild.
Okay, I know exactly what you're
Chomp,
talking
chomp,
about.
chomp.
Yep.
And then it would say, like, you got bruised.
Mm-hmm. I do remember.
So that, and you can get t-shirts that you can earn, because, you know, Brawler's Guild has the different t-shirts, and it's Croc Tooth harness and Bruce Hyde jersey, which the Bruce Hyde jersey's ugly, but I'm trying not to judge, so.
And everyone's going to be wearing that one.
Probably. Maybe, I mean, it looks very Zandalar, so, like, maybe people probably will. And then, of course, Warlords of Draenor Time Walking. It's so...
Best expansion ever.
But it's so bizarre to me that that's considered time walking. It seems like
I mean, you could time walk a week in the past.
I know everybody feels like we're in these expansions really long, but when I look back, it feels like it just flew by.
It's like 4 years ago.
Was it? Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, it's longer than that.
Rip my youth, though.
No, you're right.
Remember when I was young?
No.
Wow! Fuck you! But it really doesn't seem like it was that long ago. And I mean, arguably everyone can say that was us not living our best life, but probably our worst. In Warlords of Draenor, it was not. I mean, I didn't have a terrible time. But...
Oh, that was a great expansion, especially for you during Heroic Archimon.
Oh, was it? Was it really?
It was.
Expansion. Remember when I tried to queue up and do stuff with people, but because I was a Destruction Warlock who was literally nerfed into the fucking ground, nobody would let me do anything, and that was actually the expansion that the whole not affliction thing started being a thing because Frieza, original cast member Frieza, told me that I needed to be affliction to PvP. We were on me, him, and my husband were a 3 team. Fuck off with your... But that's actually where the hate began. It was molded and shaped that very defining moment where he ditched me to go and chase the stars.
Mm-hmm. I sure did.
He didn't go very far, but that's okay. Frieza, I still love you. You're a champ to me, and that's all that matters. The war campaign also continues. We have Derek Proudmoore and Bane story for both sides. I accidentally spoiled myself, alerted myself, spoiled whatever, and I'm not sorry about it at all. I'm excited to actually go through that stuff, but I want to go through it on the Horde side, so that's where I really need to get my Elisand maxed. Why can't I just buy a 120?
You can do it.
They don't have 120 boosts, do they?
I know they don't. No.
Yeah, fuck off. But I just need to get on there and do it. The same with the Druid. Like the Druid, it's a lot of work, and I don't have time for that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For PvP, we have the Arathi Basin and Warsong Gulch remastered stuff. There's new map pictures, loading screens. It's basically been spruced up, which... It's nice when they do that because some of that older content's really good. And then Wintergrasp, of course, is returning as an epic battleground, which, again, hopefully because it's a battleground, the nature will be fun because queuing and you're making, a conscious choice to jump in a queue and get into the instance versus I think there was like maybe 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
It took forever to do anything.
Yeah, it was very boring.
It was pretty crappy. So I'm excited to kind of head into that. And the new PvP brawl coming is Arathi Comp Stomp, which basically you fight the AI in Arathi Basin. It's an interesting concept.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
The concept that I'm surprised that they only do now.
I mean, well, PvP should be PvP, not PvP versus pretend PvP.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's not.
So are you fighting the NPCs and the opposing faction?
No, it's just the opposing team is AI.
That's basically what those island expeditions. But
Yeah.
So
I guess we'll have to see what it looks like. I don't think it's just AI. I think there's I think you're fighting other people. No,
it's you're fighting up against computers. That's.
So it's island expedition.
Did you test it in PTR, Rem?
Hell yeah, we did. We were in there.
But I read what they were doing with it before they did all that.
No, I was asking, did you test it?
No.
That doesn't make sense. I don't think I'm going to like that brawl. PvP should be against other players, not AI. But
yeah.
But I mean, what I was...
Now, it'd be cool.
Was good for training purposes.
Training who?
Kind of.
Who is it good for training?
Newbies?
Is it going to reward honor?
Learning on an NPC that isn't going to make the same choice as a human is not going to train them at all. It's literally LFR for PvP.
Those NPCs and those islands.
Some of them are brutal.
But they don't react how humans would react. I stand by that statement. I think if you're going to do it, you need to something like PvP. It's essentially like a proving ground type of situation. It doesn't. I don't know. People put a lot of stock in those proving grounds, and some of the worst fucking players that had gold proving grounds and boasted about it back then. I can't remember what it was. What was the add-on we used back then? Shit.
No. It was an action.
My buddy was the developer, and I can't think of the name for the life of me. It was so many moons ago. Solid Ice was the developer. Shit.
Yeah, I don't remember. I can't think of what it's called.
That's how you did all the groups and all that back then before.
Yeah,
Group
before.
Finder.
Yep.
But if you had gold, like everybody brought you in. It was like the
Damn.
first version of Raider IO, but I can't.
I can picture what it looks like too.
But I can't think of it for the life
Jesus.
of me. Damn it.
No, it's not DBM. Oh man.
I can't fucking remember. But yeah, one of the developers actually works for Blizzard now.
Right, because they took him.
Well, no, he was already on his way.
Okay.
He was in the intern program, but he's a good friend of mine. But I can't think of the name of it for the life of me. But if you were in Group Finder and they didn't see like gold or silver of like tanking or healing, you couldn't get in. They would not let you in. They would deny you. And some of the worst that had gotten gold proving grounds were literally the worst. The shittiest tanks and the shittiest healers, not even joking. I'm not saying that the system was broken, but I'm saying that it, I don't know. I feel like
I'm literally looking it up right now.
Brawl shouldn't be a means of teaching players how to play. Brawl should be just that, which is something fun to go in and smash other people and then come back out. But then again, I haven't played it, so I can't really judge, but it doesn't really feel like it's going to be fun for me in general.
Well, I mean, as a Brawl, I think it should just be
OQ.
okay. But
Yes, thank you.
OQ
Oh my
is what
god.
it's called. That literally just popped into my brain. OQ.
I saw Ogier and I was like, no, that's not it. And then I kept looking.
Yeah, it's OQ.
Yes.
That was before its time. Like that really was an
Oh, yeah.
add-on that was just it. You had to have that add-on. I actually solidly approve. I feel like I skipped information here. Let me just make sure. Did I not? I got it all. What?
what's the new raid?
I'm gonna do that one last. There is a super short Magni quest line. Kind of similar to the ones that we did, in Legion, and then the ones that we've done since then, where this poor dude is like literally out here in the middle of the fucking crack in Azeroth, literally doing God's work, trying to heal Azeroth, like just with all his might. That is just his like number one focus. So poor guy, but we're gonna have some additional stuff there. And then of course with 8.1.5, hunters will be able to learn the riding ability for Haiti, and there's a new wolf tint, which is kind of purplish. I mean, it's pretty cool, but they'll be able to get that with, there's going to be a quest line, I'm assuming, for the hunter to like prove their worth, essentially.
Maybe.
I mean, it's really, I don't know, but there's new world quests. There is, I mean, all the normal things that you would expect to see with new content, all new world quests.
Right.
There's some additional stuff being added for island expeditions, which I have not done one since they did all those changes. Literally, I've not done one single solitary. Who here still does? Who still does them? Do any of you still do island expeditions?
I attempt to.
I don't. It's a waste of my time.
Yeah. Anybody at home or anybody watching live, does anybody still do island expeditions on the regular? Like, is it still a part of like your normal life as it was when the expansion first started? I find that interesting, and I'm wondering, I'd be interested to know what data Blizzard has to see.
Show how many people are actually doing it.
Yeah, I'd like to see the overall effect that the changes that they made had as far as the usefulness and what value people found there, because I'd be interested to know what particular type of player is still doing them, because it's likely the specials in large quantity. I'm not talking about everyone, but the large representative faction of crybabies on the internet, essentially.
I mean, I would literally stop doing them 100% if, for whatever godforsaken reason, I got the mounts from there. But I don't do them enough to even attempt to get the mounts. I get the pets all the time.
Yeah, of course I wanted the parrot, but it doesn't make sense for me.
Oh, Squawks?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Because I'm not getting it from Freehold, so.
Oh, Crackers?
The Crackers.
Yeah.
That wasn't a racist term either. That's
All they
just
want a cracker.
yeah. That's just simply crackers.
It's a great song.
So the new raid that is coming, of course, it's basically Crucible of the Storms. It's Storm Song in Nature. We're gonna get additional story, additional secrets, hopefully some mystery being foretold there. When I say hopefully, I did spoil myself there as well. So I'm trying to be very careful about giving spoilers away. Was that your pug, Envy?
No, it was my vape pen.
Oh. And basically the purpose and premise is, we're being tested again, which everything we do is a test anyway. It's a champion trial, right? Like everything is to test our will, our might, our power, our resolve, and like all the things that equal world domination. And I'm in. Like, sign me right the fuck up. Where are we going? Because let's burn this bitch down and take over. There's only 2 bosses, and Restless Cabal is the first boss, which he looks like the dude from Futurama.
Sure does.
Zoidberg?
Yeah, he looks like Zoidberg. And the second one, which I think is Unat. I don't actually know if I'm saying it correctly.
Unagi.
Exactly, salmon skin roll. Throughout this entire fight, there's just a series of creepy old god whispering sweet nothings in your ear.
Ooh, Remedy's favorite.
Yeah, probably of death and destruction, or maybe it's, erotic. I don't really know what the old gods got going on. They might be bored, right? They're imprisoned or someplace, and one may or may not be in the ocean, under the Well of Eternity, in the Well of Eternity, around the Well of Eternity, drinking from the Well of Eternity. I don't know. But the whispers are what freaks me out the most. The whispers creep me out in general. Like Il'gynoth, those whispers creep me out. Siege of Orgrimmar, in the phase where you go up top, I think it's like, I don't remember the purpose of the phase, but it's like you hear.
Because Alatoth is talking to you.
Yeah, I feel like it's Yasarj that we actually hear, versus like actually, what's his name? I completely cannot think of his damn name.
N'Zoth.
No, who we fought in Siege of Orgrimmar. Garrosh, thank you.
It's like, what?
You would think I would just have that ingrained into my brain. The loot actually looks pretty good too. I checked out the loot table the other day when I was in PTR. I checked out some of the things that you could get. I find it pretty interesting. There's kind of, I don't know what I think about it just yet. We'll have to get some of these items and see kind of what the general consensus is. But I like that there's different. I like that they're adding different things. I 100% do not miss tier. At all. Like, I could never have a tier piece again in my life, and I do not miss it.
Really?
No, I don't miss it at all.
I do.
No, I don't miss.
I miss set bonuses.
You miss the easy, don't you?
I miss you.
No,
that is for Pwnecast After Hours. I
After
don't miss being stressed out because I didn't have a tier piece and other people did. And I don't miss the importance that was placed on it and made me feel bad as a human because I didn't have it. I am okay with things that are in my control, right? If I'm just shit, I'm shit. But I'm not okay with being bound to something that's beyond my control.
Yeah, no, I agree. There was a lot of pros and cons to tier sets. In my opinion, cons definitely outweigh the pros because, I mean, it's really nice to have some of those set bonuses when it helps you out, but when the entire meta changes based on what set you have or don't have, then it's kind of like, eh. Like, oh, I got a full set now. I'm going to switch to Fire Mage, or I got a full set now. Now, what the fuck am I going to do with my Shadow Priest? Like, it's just like it fluctuates no matter what raid you're in because of the traits now, and it's a good blend of customization.
I agree with that. It sounds better when someone else says it.
Yeah, you convinced me. I just missed it because it was pretty easy. You just farm the shit out of it whenever you can, when you can, and hope for the best. But
yeah,
now it's just, you gotta You got to make sure you're farming the Azerite power.
Yep. You gotta get the right traits. Gotta get the right pieces.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that guy, but it is rough with a full-time job, 2 pugs, a wife, and wow, you know,
2 bucks,
and a house,
and a house, and a Grand Cherokee, and fucking snow in Colorado.
To be fair, he doesn't really have to do much with the house because the wife pretty much has his back there. She likes to do.
See those pictures behind him? He probably hung those up. Just kidding. Probably the wife.
What was
I'm not answering.
Yeah. But they do. It's my dream home. It's our dream home. Like, I called it our dream home from the first time we saw it to they purchased. I'm like, oh my God, we're getting our dream home. And my husband's like, seriously? Like, you have nothing to do with their house whatsoever. I'm like, I know, but I got to live their dream because.
I mean, when the finished basement included in the home, I mean, you can't beat that.
I'm in it right now.
It's a pretty nice deal. It's beautiful inside. And I love how I say something and I get dirty looks and stink eye. Then Rem says something and you guys are like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty great. You convinced me."
He's my boo. You don't understand.
You don't have facial hair?
He'll abandon you for the first female that comes along, guys. There isn't.
I mean,
That's false.
You'll do the same, Secret. The only one that won't do that is Envy because he's already married.
I've given up a long time ago.
Right. He's pretty much given up on. He's given up on life. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm joking. Just joking.
But for real, like, yeah, I guess tier had its benefits, but
yeah,
it also sucked. Like, you get that high item level piece. You're like, sweet, I got tier in that slot.
Yeah, it feels bad.
It's also another one. Yeah.
That feels bad.
Oh, this item has a lot of haste on it. Oh, I can't use it because it breaks the set.
Yeah, it just feels bad. We also have before we move on, I want to mention the micro holidays. There's the Wanderers Festival, the Luminous Luminaries, and free t-shirt day, because who doesn't want free in-game
really,
t-shirts?
I want a free t-shirt. I might show up for that one.
A white one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What kind of t-shirt would you get?
An Amazon shirt. Oh wait.
I don't think how that's any of this works. Is that?
You want me to get you one from work? I'll send it to you.
Can you have Amazon stop dealing with sellers that I have to physically take the package to UPS instead of them coming to my door because it's irritating me?
I don't work in that department.
I'm going to need you to tell somebody that cares.
I'll transfer you over to that department right now.
It's my fault because I should have looked first.
Should have.
I usually only deal with Prime items, but I really wanted it and it wasn't good. I ended up getting something else, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? My favorite is messaging you. Can you tell your people why has my ship been saying it's on the way and it hasn't even left the fucking warehouse yet? Lion ass mofos.
Due to weather.
I think I was at work that day too.
It's due to weather. 90 degrees in the summer. It's due to weather.
Yeah.
This lady said to me with a straight ass face, said it wasn't a lady, it was the dude. Well, the chick tried to like co-sign on the internet and I was like, bitch, please don't. He said there was an exception on your package because there was weather conditions that prohibited the package from continuing on its route. So I said, you're lying to me because your internet, you Googleizer machine says that my package is on the truck for delivery, which means it isn't en route from another state that could potentially be impacted by weather. Unless the weather was like, dude's truck tires melted because it's hot as fuck in this state. There wasn't a weather. We don't have weather here. Like, so then I tweeted to them and she tried to say, well, sometimes other states affect it. And I was like, bitch, that shit was on the truck. Let me give you a screenshot of the status. Yeah, that was actually, I was mad.
Yeah, I know. Too. You called me at work.
You know why? Because it was the kids' swimming pool, and I
know what it was.
I wanted it before the weekend because I had been promising them, and I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm selfish. I needed some fucking quiet time. Have you heard my children? They're savages.
Yeah.
They're
21.
Cute, adorable savages. Every one of them, savages.
How many problems you got?
The 21-year-old is a nightmare and a fucking moron. And I don't even know if she is breathing, to be perfectly honest.
I could have sworn I saw her somewhere in Phoenix when I was...
Was she pregnant? Because she's pregnant.
Oh.
How do you suppose that makes me feel? I'm fucking 37 years old. Can we not?
Grandmama.
I don't know if she even knows who the father is. I don't know if she knows who the father is. I don't know any of that. And there I just put all my business out there and I'm not even ashamed. This is real life, guys. Real life is not having a fake Facebook life where everything is awesome and perfect, because it isn't. It's
What's
shit.
Facebook?
I don't know. I'm not on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, my quality of life improvement is just...
Yeah, I sent a snap to you as well, secret.
Oh, what's a Snapchat? What's a snap?
I'll introduce you.
What's the gram? Oh,
The gram.
Envy might know what that is.
A gram of something.
Yeah, don't get me started on grams.
I'm not sure if it's cocaine we're talking about or, sugar.
Did you just profile me?
I might have, actually. Is that, well, I feel like that's Colombian. Are you Colombian? I don't know.
It could be. You don't know.
Yeah, it could be. You never know.
Hi, Mita.
Well,
but when you ask him, he'll let you know.
For white people, it's meth. So we got the shit end of the stick because we don't even grow ours. We make ours in a microwave. Like, legitimately with household items, okay? We make ours in a fucking microwave. Not even joking. I'm not saying I know firsthand, but I'm saying I've watched...
I was going to say, can you show us?
I've watched
can
a
you
lot
take
of...
the camera downstairs?
Science with Bell.
I've watched a lot of Breaking Bad. Winstead, is that you, Winstead, or is that his counterpart? I never know who's on technically PvP stuff. I'm assuming this late in the evening, it might be Winstead. I don't actually know.
Or is it Win Stolen?
It might be Win Stolen, or it might be the counterpart. This poor man's voice goes out every BlizzCon just like mine, and it's amazing. Oh yeah, it is Gearstar. Okay. Well, happy to have you here. So, guys.
Welcome to the shit show.
What are you guys most looking forward to with 8.1.5? Or is there an item you're looking forward to? Rem, you first.
Actually, I'm really looking forward to Arathi Basin and Warsong Goldspring remastered because it's been like that since 2004, and it's gonna look beautiful. As you said, it's gonna be spruced up, and I caught that because they have spruce trees in.
I was funny and wasn't even. Somebody is cooking something in my house and it smells delicious.
And it's not you cooking? That's confusing.
I'm cooking tomorrow, but I haven't been cooking because of work. It's been physically impossible. I'm going to text my husband.
But I'm really looking forward to the new Battlegrounds. I'm curious about the Brawl. Should be like a fun thing, but yeah, mostly the PvP stuff coming into the 8.1.5.
Yeah, I feel like the Brawl should be actually PvP and not only AI. For some reason, I was hoping that there was a combo. I don't know. It feels like I'm probably not going to do it.
AI nowadays, it's come to the point where it's going to be, you're going to have a struggle. Like there's
nothing feels as good as knowing I killed another person on the other side of the fucking keyboard who is raging right now. Raging.
You're funny.
I mean,
no, you're not.
You're not wrong. I still have a bitter hatred for Ray's Days on one of my old servers. So
Ray J?
Like
his name is Ray's Days. He was a Death Knight, and it was back when like you had rivalries on your servers.
You had rivalries?
Rivalries.
Oh.
That's why I mumble.
But the whole purpose of PvP to me is to know that there was a player there and that player is fucking pissed because I train feared and then killed them. Like that, nothing makes me feel better than knowing that. So
does it really make you feel like you're good at the game when you just spam fear though?
I mean, I don't spam fear. I actually hardly ever use it because they nerfed it. Well, they didn't nerf it. The damage.
It's still relevant.
It's still relevant and it's still helpful.
Break it,
but it breaks a lot quicker than it used to. So it's still relevant. It's still needed for many instances. It will shut somebody down from casting. It defends the healer. It might even let me survive long enough to pop a lock cookie and drain life or something. But the use that I used to get out of it in the fun, pissing off someone. Not so
it just popped in my brain. Think of it this way: if we're fighting AI, just think like you're fighting Skynet and you're beating Skynet.
Oh my god!
I love killing people that run bot programs.
True.
Not in real life, guys. Let's not.
Oh, kickbots? Fuck those guys.
I don't want to get arrested. But it just, I don't know. PvP is player versus player, not player versus fucking man-made AI. That just doesn't. Those things don't make sense to me, and they're at odds with each other. The ideologies are completely conflicting, and I'm going to try to not be a total hater, but I probably won't try it out.
Haterade.
I probably won't try it out.
Yeah. Good.
If you work for Blizzard, or maybe you previously worked for Blizzard, can somebody explain to me what the thought process was with the new Brawl and how that's PvP in nature? I need an explanation.
I just wanted to have it be punny because it's the comp stomp, and it rhymes.
Couldn't comp be like related to like the composition of your team?
Like comp and bomp? Like Bompton? What's good?
That sounded scary and racist at the same time.
No, not really. I don't live that far from there.
Honestly, though, it shouldn't be a brawl. If they want to bring it in like a training mechanism,
and do so, right? Because a brawl's meant to be fun.
Right. I mean, if you're shit-faced, sure.
Everything is fun when you're shit-faced, right? Like.
But yeah, I mean, not a brawl.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm trying not to be super negative because they got enough negativity, but sometimes, like, you just can't help it. I need them to not.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're listening on. Yes, you can give me the 2 cents. I would love it. If you're listening on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever the million places, which I did update the host, by the way. Go me. Thank you to the viewer who reminded me.
Oh yeah, I was looking at it on iTunes. Is it changed on there?
I don't know how long it takes for all the servers to update all the things, but I did change it this morning. But let me know what you think. Tell me how you feel about PvP not really being PvP for a PvP brawl.
Or maybe, so I was going to talk about it earlier, maybe with you fighting NPCs, but maybe the Hoarder's still there. So say you it's a Wrathy Basin, right, that we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So when you take over the lumber mill, that the NPCs are now, say, Alliance based, so you still have to kill them to take it over. So you're fighting Alliance and Alliance NPCs. Maybe that's what they're going to plan on doing with it.
I mean, that would be cool.
That'd be
like
more.
AI would be guarding the bases.
Exactly.
Yeah, a combo is always good.
That'd be more like a bigger brawl, so to speak, if they did it that way.
I don't mind a combo with AI and other players at all. Like, I think that's totally.
Because like think of like when you go to a horde city or something like that, there's guards there. You know, you can kill them. So if you take over the blacksmith, then they would be basically you're fighting AI or PvE and PvP at the same time. So
yeah, if it was a combo, I would totally be fine. I'm asking my husband what's cooking, what is being made down there, because whatever it is, I need him to.
What's cooking good looking?
It smells so delicious, and I ate earlier, but I haven't eaten dinner. But it smells so yummy. Like, oh. Yeah, I agree on that one. But did we get to Rem? What did you say? You said the PvP stuff. Sorry, I had a.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Brain
see.
fart.
PvP was always a testing. To see a future PvE raid where you'll be attacking a group and they'll fight back, no script. I mean,
they already did that in Trial of the Champion.
And I think that's fantastic. Like, that is great. But can you please not slap the word PvP on
Crusader.
it? Like, don't slap PvP on it, because that's not what it is. I agree. Like, I think, those type of situations where I think it's pretty cool. I think raids should be heightened to the point where you're actually battling other players. I think there should be, like...
That'd be intense.
How cool would it be if there was a fucking 25-man, 15-man raid, and you were fighting each other to get to whatever was at the other side, or of each,
Or you're fighting the opposing faction while you guys are fighting the boss.
Yeah, like...
So then it'd just be instance world PvP boss battles.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Like, think of ICC, freaking
everyone's fighting each other at the loot ship.
Yeah, you could have like Lions Horde shooting on each other's boat, picking shit up.
Or like, yeah, okay, so maybe not fighting each other during the boss fights, but like you're going up against in segments, and you guys can kill the other team while you're going to the next.
It'd be a raid island expedition essentially, because the opposing faction can attack something. No, I know you're probably thinking what I'm saying or getting the idea of what I'm saying, but the horde could be attacking something, and basically you can gank them to take over what they're fighting.
Like that, maybe. I think that there's ways that they can adapt. Like, I don't mind them trying new things and introducing new things to both PvE and PvP. I think that it shouldn't be called a brawl. I think it should be called something that isn't a brawl, or a PvP brawl. Maybe it could be called a PvE brawl. Why not adapt a version of it for PvE? Like, I'm down, cool. Like, that's great. But I would like to see them become creative when it comes to some of this instant stuff that we do, because, like, I think if you had PvE and PvP elements adapted on a larger scale, where there's, like, serious decisions that have to be made as you're going through, and it's like a real world raid. Like, in real world, if you're going to war with someone, there isn't controlled things going on around you.
They're
right?
not controlled variables.
Yeah, like it isn't.
I mean, you can only change the raid so much when all you do is change mechanics and the story. Eventually, it's gonna become the same thing. So maybe they could customize it, or not customize it, but innovate it more with not just mechanics, but with different ways of actually doing the raid.
True.
Because right now they're focusing on the story, which is awesome. I'm all for that. But again, you can only use so many mechanics when they start become blending together. Like
maybe puzzles and problem solving. Like, one of the great things that I loved about all the Resident Evils was that you had to puzzle solve, and
there's puzzles everywhere.
You had to problem solve, and you had to you had to really, in addition to think, you had to not pee yourself when stuff jumped out of the walls. That happened a time or two, guys. I'm not proud of it. It is what it is. Or you run and hide in your bathroom because your roommate opens the door, and you've been playing Code Veronica all night, and the tyrant jumps through the wall after like an hour of quiet. And they jump through the wall right as your roommate opens the door, and you kind of transpose and think that that's the tyrant, and you're hiding in your bathroom. I've never recovered. I was like, I think
you're not gonna like the remake Resident Evil 2.
I think I was like 18. I loved that part though. I loved having my heart race and pound so much while I have to figure this out, and I have to do it exactly in the order of whatever it is that they need me to do before, zombies, lickers, and lickers isn't a euphemism for anything weird either.
Hot stickers?
But I would like to see, I know it goes against everything we believe in when it comes to rating, where it's always been, for the most part, like sometimes there's people got to be in different places, but I'm talking about like true figuring it out, like where it isn't just all about just going in and killing stuff. Like, what if you kind of tapped in intellectually to players, and molded and seen kind of what that looks like when it comes to the content that we do for rating specifically. Does that appeal to anyone, or am I just? I
mean, I'm okay with it. The only reason why they probably don't do that is because it's going to add more of a time frame to rating compared to right now, where you're just fighting bosses and you're progressing through it. You add a mechanic of puzzle solving for, say, every second boss, or second, fourth, sixth boss. Then you're just adding more time into the raid time that people already dedicate enough time into. So,
well, who decides the level of dedication?
The person. The guild,
right.
The raid team, whatever.
And, we've over the years they've already dumbed everything so down to where, in a matter of hours, you could clear everything you need in 2 different difficulties. In fact, relatively quickly. What if there were sometimes elements, and it doesn't have to be all of the elements. It doesn't have to be every single raid, but what if there were some things that?
Oh yeah,
the chess match. Yeah.
Like what if? Exactly. Yes. What if
that was actually fun? Not gonna lie.
We're missing those because they they were trying to all the everybody who doesn't have time, right? There's no time. Well, if there's no time, then don't fucking do it. Like, that's all I gotta say. I've been saying that from day one. There's things I don't have time for, so guess what? I don't fucking do them.
So another interesting mechanic that they did before was actually during Warlords was the I can't remember the name of the little roly dude, but in Black Rock Foundry,
Gargron.
you had to break the boxes open so that he would roll the certain way, and
or Gorger.
How bad did I screw that up every time? Secret? How bad was I?
Oh,
That was pretty bad. I wasn't the only one, but yeah,
you weren't the only one, but yeah, it was pretty awful.
I couldn't grasp the concept. Like,
think Bomberman means
I just
roly,
couldn't.
dude.
No matter how many different ways it was explained to me, I couldn't grasp the concept. And to this day, no idea. I have no clue. And it's just like some things I understand very quickly. Some mechanics even that are very complicated, like the what was the fight we did with the gnome?
Oh, Mechatork?
Yeah, like that has a lot of shit going on, and for some reason, I very easily understood.
Oh yeah, Secret just telling you like you're green, you're blue, you're red.
Yeah, like I very easily understand.
It worked. We fucking killed it.
I don't think the expansion feels boring. I'm anything but bored on a grand level. My level of interest with the game isn't expansion related. My level of interest has been because my game life has drastically changed just from work, and those that I played with on the regular, it's after so much change, it becomes to a point where it's like, why even bother? Because you lose those elements. So if you're not proactively fixing the things that are broken in your gaming life, they're going to continue to be so. But from an entertainment value, I love the story. I appreciate it very much so. I don't think it's boring. The story's really good. The content is fun. I don't dislike the content at all, except for the smaller, the little more unimportant things. But Secret, what are you looking forward to with the patch? Like, what's the one thing?
So it's funny. Like, I know we talked about patch notes, but I looked it up while Rem was talking about it, just so I could read it myself. And I mean, I'm gonna always be upset that I can't be a thick body paladin. Gonna be upset about that, right? I had high hopes to change Saucedon into this big daddy dude, but I can't anymore. And then I wanted Holy Sauce, my holy paladin, to be a thick body woman. Can't do it, so I'm sad. But I think I'm looking forward to the Brawlers Guild for sure. I always have fun when that comes out. I guess I might have to level my rogue again just to do this, and maybe finally I could duel this warlock that exists in this game, but probably won't happen. Yeah, you're muted if you're talking, but that's cool.
I muted myself and I muted Envy because he was typing, but I didn't realize that it was capturing my mouse, so everybody saw my mute and unmute. That's
you're good.
I don't have words. This warlock that you speak of. Who
we had a bet involved. We had the whole guild involved in it too to watch this event. I was ready, and then day of the duel didn't happen.
It wasn't because I wasn't there, was it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
What? Why wasn't I there?
Because you didn't want to do it. Because I don't do it with friends.
I wouldn't have agreed to it, but I'm sure.
Oh no, you agreed to it.
You agreed to it.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't have agreed to it and not done it. I'm sure. I feel like there was a reason.
I don't remember the fucking reason. All I know is you didn't show up. I was mad. I said you lost. Pop bottles won.
I feel like I don't remember. I don't even remember yesterday's.
I just remember him sitting at the city gates for a while, and we're waiting,
Yes.
and then.
Well, I mean,
you're like, I don't duel friends, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, I win then."
Yeah, and then I swap characters.
I physically said that to you right then and there. That doesn't sound like
No, that was 100% exactly what you said. I don't duel friends because it's gonna ruin our friendship. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but that was before.
No,
but you agreed to duel him.
I know
for something that we did, and then
I know. I'm pretty sure.
And then it just didn't happen.
I'm pretty sure that we were trying to schedule. I don't actually have any memory of that at all.
That's cool. It was a thing, but nonetheless, yeah, Brawlers Guild. It'll be fun to do that again. and go spend countless hours in there. And I'll probably hop on Secret and just go stand in there to res people. So, yeah.
I like that there's like outsider elements. I think those are pretty cool. I like that you can.
Oh yeah, the first Hunger Games. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Got
That was
killed
actually
by.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got killed by the Horde. It was fantastic. Bullshit. Fuck.
Because I wanted to friend zone in a non-awkward way. All of my
Yeah.
male friends are instantly friend zoned. I don't think I've ever had to have a conversation with any of my male friends in regards to where they stand friend zone wise. And that just leads me to my final thought before we move on to Envy's, what he's looking forward to. I have always been about that these women on the internet who say all these people hit on them constantly and are sliding into their DMs 24/7, unless you are famous on the internet, like say Jari, right? Like I believe randoms just do that on the daily. But in my time on the internet, one time I've gotten a dick pic, and the rest of the time I have yet to have a friend try to cross a boundary with me in 20 years. So I put that out there that it is 100% the individual and the vibes that they put off. If you're pretending like you're not married on the internet and you're pretending like you're not married the week of BlizzCon, bitch, you're still married. And people at BlizzCon, men specifically, if you guys have gone to BlizzCon, you know, those of you listening, at BlizzCon, you know who the hoes are. Nobody's got to tell you. It's just like it's a ping that happens, like a fucking GPS ping. The reason I don't get hit on is because I am happily married and everybody knows that. I don't put off that I'm going to pretend to be unhappy so that I can sleep around at BlizzCon, but then when I get back in the middle of my husband and my kids, like, that's not the way life works, guys.
We are happy that you are happily married.
Right, but I'm saying, like, there's never been...
it's a hodar. Yeah,
I've never had to have that awkward conversation with friends to shut them down because I believe it's a specific type of person that puts the hoe vibes out there. It's like it emanates from the vagina. I'm not really sure if it's like a scent, maybe. I don't know.
Nah, it's the dudes too. Like when we see it, it's like we sniff it out like a bloodhound. Like,
yeah.
No, it's just rotten fish.
Oh,
it's an alert. Exactly, crew. It's also nice to see you. I haven't seen you in some.
It's like an Amber Alert on your phone, but a different type.
Crew, are you still breathing?
It's the pink alert.
Are you still playing WoW, crew? Yeah, it just I don't know how we got on that topic, but the friend zone thing, that's how yeah, it was important that people understood. But I
know never have I ever in our group of friends, besides the ones that have
besides the hosts that have left the group, shamefully.
But there's never like a friend zone thing. It's just
it's like never with the friends in the group except the hoes that were friends in the group.
They're so stupid.
You mean everybody got the same boob pic and I didn't? The fuck?
I didn't get any boob pics.
Well,
but...
I have my own, so that's not. I just go and look in the mirror and we good. Like, and they're glorious even at my age, so like we're good.
Yeah, Envy. So what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, what's tell us what your tell us your happy place for 8.1.5 if there is one.
And don't say secrets room.
It's right here. You want me to turn my camera?
You like mind fucked me right there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the strain. Probably the new raid, because let's face it, every time we go on a new raid, it's always a shit show. I'm always high as fuck. We're just having fun. And I'm going to be exceptionally high that night. Exceptionally.
What is exceptionally, though? Like, I don't know that you have a limit except when you're folding the dishes, right?
I'm gonna be like watching fucking Dark Side of the Moon, probably high. I'm gonna make sure that I put the clothes in the dishwasher.
Guys,
that's actually not a bad idea.
He on Zoom with his wife. His wife is there on, of course, different cameras, but I physically have watched him pass out in between the door jamb because their old place. the door jamb to their bedroom was right behind where his wife sits, so the camera. And I literally watched him like slough against the side, and then he just down he goes, like literally down goes and
Down goes Fraser.
And I'm dying laughing, like literally dying. And his wife is like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm just hysterically laughing. And I go, "Well, are you going to help him go to bed?" She goes, "No, he can just sleep there." Oh, it was so good, man.
Not for me.
For me, though, specifically, it was one of the moments that you just wish you could catch on camera. And I don't record my friends without their permission, so sadly I didn't. I like how I say without their permission, as if like they randomly come up to me like, "Yo, you can record me."
It's
Yeah, no,
like
right?
you know it's a law.
Right. I don't want to get like, I don't want to step into the, realm
Danger
of
zone.
the restroom peepers and the,
Why don't you go ahead and take a seat there?
the
Why don't you take
surviving.
a seat?
Yes, the Chris Hansen and the surviving R. Kelly. Which where's Chris Hansen during this whole R. Kelly situation? Why are you not coming to our aid? We needed you 10 years ago when he was keeping girls captive. Now all of a sudden. I'm sure I offended someone, but real talk, I watched that show and it was really good. I don't know if anybody else watched it, but it was good. Anyway,
show?
I just watch cooking shows.
Chopped. I
Christ.
love the British baking show. It's absolutely like one of my favorites ever. So let's see. I don't have to tell you guys what I'm looking forward to because you already know.
Nothing.
It's Cool Tirans, 100%.
Cool tearing ass.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like, the druid, she's a night elf, and I don't really particularly... I love night elves, but I don't like being them.
Can Tirans be rogues?
Isn't that like an oxymoron?
Yes.
That's a good question. I think
I'm looking it up right now.
So the way that they decide the allied races is if that specific allied race has had, any...
Association in history,
association.
probably.
Apparently...
Oh, they can. I could have a thick rogue. Oh my god.
I
Can't
don't
wait.
know. Pop Bottle's really...
Pop Bottle's gonna be a thick
Pop
body baby
Bottles,
girl.
Like, I don't think I can handle Pop Bottles as... Maybe. I don't know. We'd have to see.
She's all cute and bubbly right now, but she's
Just
gonna be.
rename it to Thick Bottles.
Thick...
I might have to come up with another name.
I really like Pop Bottles, so I think
Thick bottom.
I think you need to do another one.
I don't want to make another rogue. I have too many.
Pop
alternate
Bottles and
classes.
DPS Bangin' are literally my two favorite all-time character names.
Just wait for them to add 50 characters in one server.
Ooh, maybe we might do that.
Pop Bottles is literally like, and DPS Bangin' are my absolute two favorites because it's hysterical. Like when we would have to call it out in raid because maybe some people were new and didn't know, like it was hysterical when I had to be like, just ask DPS Bangin'. Good times, man. Thick Nibbles.
I just love when people are like,
Gallon
"Is your DPS
bottles.
really bowling?" Oh, I like. Oh, you know what? Oh, Estefan. Oh, let me hold.
He Gallon bottles.
I don't know if that's 12. That's 13 characters. It can't be that one.
And that's a lot to say in a sentence. Needs to be, I don't know.
Mijo, just get rid of one L. Galon bottles.
Oh, sí, galón botel, botella.
Christ.
Listen, for us white people, I'm going to need you to translate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Just
can
ask
order
your-
tacos in like 9 different languages, but that's my limit of...
Just ask your husband. He's from Barstow.
Yeah, but he's not really Mexican. He just has the last name and his brother's similar.
He's from Sinaloa.
His
I see.
his brothers are similar in
Can-
darkness.
Canelo Alvarez looking some bitch.
My poor husband. I have to be nice to him because I want him to go to Culver's after the show because I'm starving and I haven't had Culver's for like 3 weeks.
What's that?
It's the most delicious place on earth. And then
They,
Envy, have you? This is a sidebar, but this is what we do, guys. Welcome to the show. Have you had the French fries with the cheese?
Oh, like we did in high school?
No. So Culver's has this cheese dip sauce that you get, and you get it with your French fries, and it is life changing. Put it on the burger too.
No,
Let's
I didn't
Google this
even go.
place.
What do you mean?
I haven't even been there yet.
You guys have been there like 4 times.
No, I haven't.
Well, why? How are you taking pictures in the parking lot, creeper?
Just
doesn't
to
mean
piss
that they
you
win.
off.
I fucking hate you. That is a
Just,
lot.
that's all I do, just to trigger you.
So you've never even been there.
Nope.
Go there, you won't be sorry.
you're missing out.
You'll thank me.
Let's see.
Yeah, you'll totally thank me. Okay. Oh, and before we move on to Can You Not, I talked about the mayonnaise in the ramen with the Valentina or any hot sauce of your choice.
Oh my God.
Has anybody here tried it? I know somebody posted that they did, and they liked it. I'm trying to gauge whether or not the information I give is
Yeah,
good.
I used to eat it all the time.
I know, so did I. But I was trying to get the normies to live that life just a little bit without knowing they were living that life. I'm trying to pass on my legend.
I see.
I don't know if it's my legend or my curse, but I mean, new name, new me.
I'm only
Legacy?
seeing 2 Culvers.
In Cali?
No, there's not one in California.
I don't live there.
Bullhead City and Lake Havasu.
There's
Well, that city's not too far from you.
You're stupid.
there's a Culver's right down my street light. There's a Culver's.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I get this.
Sorry.
You get the cheese dip and you put your fries and then you dip your burger in it and it's like, ugh, the
Oh,
onion rings are
okay.
delicious.
Oh, that's a lot of them. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I live in rich white people land
Me too.
and they like that type of shit.
Me 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a minority here.
I'm a minority here because I'm like the one of 4 people tattooed in this entire like 10-mile radius of community.
They wander when she takes her kids to school.
They don't even like, nobody ever talks to me or anything. Like ever.
Yeah.
And when we had my kid's birthday party, another mom, 2 other moms came, and they're like, "We didn't even know that we knew he had a mother, but we don't see you very often." Yeah, because I don't like you bitches.
You should say that straight up.
I didn't. No, but they're like
Aw.
the one. She was pretty similar to me, where she was like, "Yeah, they don't really talk to me either. I don't really, you know."
So that's the one you friended?
I mean,
Nope.
I
That's
don't
a no.
friend any. Female friends outside of the one I have, the one, which is Envy's wife. I think we're good. We good. I'm good. I don't need any more.
Yo, they have
okay.
soups at this place? What the fuck?
Yeah, and the fish sandwiches.
They've been saying that for a
the
while.
fish sandwiches
though.
are delicious. Absolutely delicious. Anyway, okay. Rem, I see you got a Can You Not. Let's hear it.
Oh yeah, because we killed Rosticon. Well, you guys killed Rosticon, and I was there for the second kill. But this is for anyone like, okay, so for instance, Zul'jin, bad guy, but Vol'jin, good guy, also worshipped Bronze Somdi. That's the only mistake he ever made. So Rosticon, Verzan died, boohoo, and then Rosticon calls out to Bronze Somdi, says, "Hey buddy, if we give you favor and you help us out, you'll be the only Loa of Zandalar." Which it sounds all nice and dandy, but one, you're gonna get fucked over, and 2, he did. So I get the end of the fight, Bronze Somdi takes over him. Doesn't actually take over his body. Either way, can you not join forces with the devil? That's essentially what Bronze Somdi is. So yeah, just make better choices, guys.
Went a little lorish right there, but that was good. I respect it.
The whole thing is a little creepy to me, to be honest. I like the fight.
I'm pretty sure Bronze Somdi is in league with N'Zoth somehow.
Well,
Probably.
I have his breath in my backpack.
That's
Yeah.
hot.
Gives me a little bit of control. Did either of you boys do a Can You Not? I know we're fairly new. That's okay. If you didn't. It's okay.
Nope. I
Nothing.
mean,
here.
can you not spit on Secretsauce while he's riding his pink love rocket? Thanks.
People spit on you?
Yeah, it's great. I actually do donuts around them.
Who spits on
That's
you?
why.
Someone spits on you when you're riding your pink love.
Yeah, whenever I'm in Brawler, like when I log in, like I automatically am on my mount, and because I log out on the mount
Yeah.
and then I come back in, and yeah, I within 10 seconds I have 30 spits. It's great. Yeah.
That's terrible that this is the community we're breeding, guys.
Yeah, man. I've had
It's
someone
funny as shit,
even
but damn.
they've messaged me. They're like, "How long did it take you?" And I was like, "Do you want to guess?" Or one try. I was like, "Nah, it's close though."
Hey, David.
Who's David?
Yeah, who's that?
Damn
It's
it.
like
Sorry. David.
I know better,
Who
bro.
the fuck is that?
It's sort of like the hate I got from you about a certain achievement that I got the other day.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes.
What achievement was that?
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know. Something about
We
being
can't discuss this.
Was it
ahead of some curve or something.
Yeah.
I got carried hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Your AOTC that you didn't get with the guild? What a piece of shit.
That was on my alt. Thank you very much.
Okay, then it doesn't. It still counts though because it's
Right, Ash?
like it's account wide. So like, but I
It's
don't
okay,
hate.
Papa.
I don't hate. I let everybody participate because that's what you do. Like, that's it. Honestly, 100%. So, here's my can you not. Now, my can you not's a little personal. Raiding is stressful, right? And there's a lot of intense emotions, especially when, you are not a full raid team in the sense of, like, you struggle with participation. People sleep through raid and show up whenever they feel like it. That wasn't a dig at Rem. It just happened to be one of the times he overslept. But, so you're already pretty tense a lot of times when it's, you're trying to progress and get through things, right? One of my biggest irritations is raid chat. Now, I am sometimes a culprit of a lot of chatter, right? I'm the culprit of a lot of chatter. But one of my biggest irritations in life is people that are not the designated speakers of the raid in general. That's the raid council. So the two boys at the top, or the two boys at the bottom rather. And we have another in the raid council. And then we have a healer who he's kind of like, he's absorbed that role just a tiny bit because he's super good at kind of helping others. City heals. But I get really irritated a lot actually when there is everybody and their mother has decided to have an opinion, right? Which it's great. Sometimes opinions are cool, but 15, 20 people, opinions flying around, shit happening in between the raid, and you got other people doing call outs that they don't need to be doing. I get really irritated. So this is my plea to everyone, right? I'm not talking shit on like my guild. I love my guild. But if you have raid leaders and you have a group, if you are not the person that's designated to say things during raid, to do callouts, can you shut the fuck up? And don't talk. Just don't. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not trying to be insulting. It makes me crazy because I can't focus. Because I am trained to hear the voices that are the designated ones to hear, right?
The voices in your head?
Sometimes they are louder than human voices. It's scary actually, but that's only when I don't take my meds, but we're good. Just kidding, guys. Kidding. And this isn't even just then, it's all instances. Whether it's rated battlegrounds or, whatever the case may be. If you want to step into that role, cool. Speak to whoever's in charge of designating those roles. But it is so difficult to have everybody yelling things out. And I'm not talking about like calling out when they need a dispel or, calling those things out. I'm not talking about those things. You have to talk in raid. But can you not be the designated teller of people what to do? And if you die, just fucking die. Just die. I wait till after either it's killed or we had to reset to say, hey, I apologize. I fucked up on this mechanic and that's why I was dead. But during raid, I don't give a shit. I don't want a 20-minute dissertation on why you died. I don't care. I want to raid and
5-paragraph essay.
Can we just get it done? Like, tell me after, or I'll tell you after, or whatever. But I don't fucking care. Just don't go away angry. Just go away. Go get some food while you're dead, because that's what I do. Go pee while you're dead, because that's what I do. I'm not saying I do that, but I do that.
Yeah, you do. Fucking liar.
But really, I'm being a butthead but those are just things that frustrate me. So be better. And I'm not, before anybody in the guild freaks out and they're like, oh my God, she was talking shit on the guild. It is in general, because there are moments when it does happen in the guild and it happens everywhere. It's not specific to my guild. It's just important. But you should have fun in between pulls and stuff like that. But there, I spoke Envy
I have one
streams.
more. Can I do it real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you not be the only person that doesn't res and run back to your body and wait for a battle res?
That's only for your benefit. It's 100% really, it's for Envy's benefit. Because he likes fast in-betweens, which most men do. But he likes the quick recovery, especially when it's a progression boss. He wants a quick recovery. He doesn't want to take 30 fucking minutes to get in and do the things. He wants to boom, boom, boom. If you're waiting for me to run from one side of the raid to the other, especially if there's hallways and doors and stairs and ups and downs, it is to your benefit to res me than wait for me to get there. And then...
How do you know that was directed to you?
Because I do it, and you know that I do it, and you know why I do it, fucker. But I promise it is to your benefit, because what happens is halfway down me running, like old dear, to get where I needed to be, I haven't even eaten, I haven't re-runed, I haven't done any of that stuff, because I'm not there yet, but everybody else is ready and waiting, because I got lost 4 times.
All right,
Only 4?
fair enough.
Or when you need Soiled to be in there and summon him
rest and tacos.
inside the raid. He still watches. He's still around. He just...
I know.
He
exists.
He's
living life.
He's living his best life, I'm told.
Yes, that's good.
His best life. There might be many women.
I still need to meet up with him and have tacos again.
So, guys, I think I do get lost down a straight hallway, though.
Aww.
I still heal better than you. Cactu.
Wow, that was... He was just poking fun,
Actually,
and you just full on stabbed him.
Actually, I got a can you not?
Oh,
Yes.
shit. See, I knew saying Cactu would make him have one. I love you, Ryan. I said a slave name. Go ahead.
Can you not be out-healed by a druid with a lower item level than you?
It's so good. Like, it's so good. By which druid do you mean?
Oh, no one in particular.
No one in particular. I love him. We talk a lot of shit, but he said you weren't wrong. I love him. I love him so much. It hurts. Look at the one time, guys, the one time I talk about the raid team, the whole fucking raid team is essentially in chat right now. That never happens. At least I wasn't talking shit. Okay, well, so we'll do Week in WoW as we're winding down. It's a good show. I think it was a good show.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think
Sure.
It was Gucci.
I don't know how Envy feels about it yet, but
I'm coming down from my high right now, so
You're not playing anything right now.
yeah, I would play anything because it's all different. It's very different than it was even 2 years ago. Okay, Rem, what did you do this week in WoW?
I mostly did chores. I did the dailies and getting the campaigns on the alts. I'm thinking about leveling an alt on a little bit of time that I've got because I don't know, mages seem fun. But there was like fucking, I logged on today and there's like 9 mages online. I was like, I'm conforming, and I didn't play that mage. So, but I'm just trying to find something that, because I mean, with my limited time, I'm just trying to find something that is going to be my niche for right now, because just finding something that I can do the limited time that I've got. So yeah, just doing chores, seeing what I can find to do. It's not island expeditions because I'm not doing those.
Yeah, I wouldn't do them either. Secret, what about you?
Ran a few mythic keys. Did raid callouts. That helped a lot. Watched one of our guildies, Valyrian, get a very fantastic Titan Forge socket ring. I think it was a ring, maybe. Nice
Did somebody
415.
put a ring on it?
He put it on himself,
Yeah.
I think.
Sometimes you got to. You know what I'm saying?
Sure did.
Yeah, you ladies know what I'm talking about. Anyway, go ahead.
And yeah, I'm still leveling DPS banging right now. So hopefully by the end of, I don't know, March, it'll be 120.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Now that the cool Tiran humans are going to be a thing, I need to kick it into gear with the druid, to be honest. Envy, what did you do this week in the World of Warcrafts?
mostly emissary quest. Led the raid. Not sober.
I mean,
Did a key with Bell +7.
and your quality of life improved. Kind of.
Because I got high right afterwards.
Well, that's what you do. I ate food right after because I was hungry.
Yeah, he's got to get high from the low.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you did there. That's respectable. I did a few different things. I did the Mythic Plus. It was not a good week to decide to start doing Mythic Pluses again, right? That was just not... It wasn't the business. I've been keeping on top of my emissaries, and I have been leveling the druid little by little as the invasions or attacks. I don't know what Blizzard's calling them. Incursions, whatever.
Incursions. Yeah.
I catch those on, and I go and take the druid through. They don't give as much XP as it used to. It kind of makes me sad, but that's cool. I used to get like a full level if I had rested. Are you muted? I still can't hear you.
I kept clicking the button and it wouldn't change it. I was like, damn it.
Assaults, is that what they're called? Assaults?
Yeah, assaults. Yeah, you used to be able to do 2 back in like Legion and basically level.
Yeah, you would level at least with each one or get pretty close to it if you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even get 75%, so it was kind of sad.
Nah. That's why you should have time walked.
They had a brain. I actually forgot about time walking for the druid. It completely escapes me that I need to be doing it on the druid. It completely escapes me.
Yep, time walking, you do like 2, maybe 3 level. It's not too bad.
I did obviously some world PvP. I still have not taken off my, what do you call it?
War mode.
My war mode. I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty happy. It feels good. It doesn't feel good. You know, when certain people are camping me, but that's okay, guys. We're gonna be okay. But we are going to wrap this up. I am starving. I think we're gonna lose Envy here shortly. And I don't know how Rem is still awake because he's a grandpa and goes to bed at like 6. And I'm sure Secret has tri-tip to make. Grill.
No, I need to take some NyQuil and take my ass to sleep. So
yeah, and I am almost there to Friday next week. I don't know for sure. I'm thinking that I might either have to move the show or we just might skip next week and then come back the following week. I will be out of town from Monday to Thursday. I tried to get an earlier flight so that I could still do show. I'll probably know this weekend. Are you
have to go back to work?
What?
Are you going to like your actual job site?
Well, I'm going to one of them. I'm going to Chicago.
That's cool.
I'm excited.
Chicago.
The food. I'm so excited. And my company ain't no slouch. Like, I'm staying at the Hilton.
With a bed that moves.
I get the Sleep Number business.
Oh, like my bed.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, but I really.
Yeah, but your bed costs.
I desperately need an Italian beef sandwich.
Right.
I need an Italian beef sandwich. I need an actual hot dog, like an actual, not ass, lips, and elbows, like
Chicago
actual.
Dag. Chicago.
I need some gelato and
some Chicago deep dish. Do it.
I'm so in.
And
I don't have to drive anywhere because it's Chicago.
Deep dish these nuts.
And I get to use my trench coat, not for creepy, perverted reasons, but just because that's what you do.
Because you want to fit in, you weirdo.
No, because it's actually like really.
You don't want to look like you're from Arizona?
I mean, since that's where my family's at, it kind of happens in an organic fashion where I like. The Italian really comes out just because it's like when you're in a place for a while, you have that.
Yeah.
When my mom's here, it comes out. And my husband's like, you sound just like her.
So I got a question. Are you going to wear Uggs in Chicago?
No Uggs. No Uggs. I am going to wear skinny jeans, but no Uggs. I was told I don't have to wear
business professional.
Yeah, I don't have, it's like business casual. I don't have to wear like a pantsuit. But I am going to wear skinny jeans.
You're as basic as they come.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm excited. It's like going to be 20 degrees there, and I haven't had real weather in forever. I haven't told my mom yet that I'm going to be there because she lives an hour away. And I won't have time to drive to her because I don't have a car. So I'm debating on
Uber.
No, I did the same thing when I was in Indianapolis for the week. I didn't let any family know because I wouldn't be able to get away.
She's really pissed if she finds out that I was in Chicago and didn't tell her. But
doesn't she watch the show?
Sometimes. When she really misses me, I tweeted.
It's a motherly instinct. I bet she's gonna watch the show.
I tweeted too, and she watches my Twitter. But I'm trying I'm trying to decide, guys. I need you guys to help me. But I'm gonna.
I mean, if she's willing to go there, it wouldn't be so bad, yeah.
Yeah, maybe she can, but she's gonna say she can't, which would be okay.
Then just that's to give you your angle. Yeah.
We are going to wrap it up. I kept us longer than I needed to, but that's the nature of the show, and it is what it is. We never stay on time. We are going to get the hell on out of here. If you're listening to this later, drop me a line. Let me know how bad you miss Secretsauce, and give Envy some love. Follow him on Twitter. He's also on Snapchat. You'll get a lot of pug dick, so that's a win. And follow Secret and all the things. And Angie, I love you. We are going to continue to be a PR nightmare for you. So I don't know what else to say about that. It just is what it is. But
I prefer 3 lines, but it's okay.
We're lines.
Now look it up on
You
Google.
said drop a line. I said I prefer 3 lines, but it's okay.
What's 3 lines though? What's that
With a $100 bill?
Lines of snow.
mean? You couldn't do 3 lines if it fucking.
I couldn't.
into your nose. I'm like a half a line maybe. That's it. I was gonna. Oh, we're still live. I'm just kidding.
I was like, hey, I'm watching it right now.
I was gonna make you do drugs last year at BlizzCon and not tell you that's what it was.
Yeah, you were gonna fucking roofie me.
I wasn't gonna roofie you. I just
You were
thought it would
going
be
to
funny.
training day him?
I just thought it would be really funny because he's so stiff. So I was like, well, maybe this will just loosen him up a little
Why are
bit.
they called roofies? They should be called floorsies.
I loosened him up.
Glories.
I'm pretty sure you were roofied last year. Was it the year before? Rem?
Or the year before.
You were roofied? I wasn't roofied because my Tio is my anti-roofie device.
But if someone wants to drink that whiskey sour,